Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 65 of the Battleship Brawl Season 5 tournament. This episode, we've got the Project 254 by Locutus of Borg uh, stepping into the ring, and its opponent here is going to be the Tomoyo by Gaming 19. Let's go ahead and we'll just get that right underway. Whoops, hit the escape button one too many times. Project just immediately, as soon as the battle starts, going into a turn. Which is really what you want to do. I'm going to get these rear guns into the fight. Tomoyo's turning as well, but I don't think it started turning at the same time. Like, it waited a little bit before it started turning. It also only has one turret in the rear, so unlike most ships, it doesn't, waste all that much firepower by not having its rear guns in play. Also, I saw several of those high explosive shells. Yep, just bouncing off. Just boing, 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 boing. It's like, come on, fuse your shells, people. When they hit solidly in the side, oh nope, they even just bounced right off. Because I believe the way that works is the shell will detonate basically when it runs out of kinetic damage. Right, and based upon excuse me, the angle of impact and the armor piercing value and the amount of kinetic damage available and whatnot, the shell has a chance to bounce off. If it bounces off, it still has kinetic damage left, and thus the shell does not detonate. And if you've got very low AP and very low kinetic damage, like you do in a pure HE shell like these, then you get a lot of shells bouncing off, even when they land like head on. Because while the deflection doesn't actually reduce the damage that the shell does or can do. Oh wow, the project's getting close to breaking the Tomoyo in half here, well into a third. But what it does do is it reduces the amount of kinetic damage that is transferred from the shell to the block that it impacts. Like, the total amount of kinetic damage doesn't change, but excuse me, basically it transfers less energy, so the block will actually take less damage. Tomoyo is tilting hard. Let's go over here and check on the project. Tomoyo's down to 85%. Project is at 92.7. Project's looking okay. Doesn't have any serious holes in it. Oh, this turret's been disabled though. It can't really do anything anymore. Tomoyo has gone dead in the water. This has a giant hole blown in its hull here. Like, let's be real, in real life, that kind of damage, this would just break off. There's no way these couple of beams would support the weight of all the stern of the ship and this turret without just snapping under the weight. Oh, what? Tomoyo's not aiming. Oh, it's because the front guns are out of their arc, so they can no longer fire. Because the Tomoyo is dead in the water and can't really turn that effectively. Boing, boing. that turret got popped. Also, if I'm incorrect about the how the kinetic damage and stuff works, I'm sure somebody will let me know in the comments. I believe that's how it works, though. Like, basically, if a high explosive shell gets a deflection, it won't detonate because it didn't use up all of its kinetic energy. Which is what the inertial fuse is supposed to be for. When the shell bounces off and it gets that sharp angle change, the inertial fuse detonates it. Oh, that shell just... The trail already disappeared, which is a shame, but it came in here, landed in here, bounced off the floor, off the ceiling, and then hit the floor again over here and detonated. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It friggin' ponged its way down the ship and then exploded. Oh man, the stern of the Tomoyo is just absolutely wrecked. And the deck of the bow has been blown off again. Why does that keep happening to the Tomoyo? There must be a quirk of how everything is connected together, because that is not the first time we've seen that. We've seen it happen to the stern back here too. Yeah, Tomoyo is not doing so good at 64.6% health, and those fragments are doing good at blowing in this decking in here on the Tomoyo. Oh, we actually just had an over-penetration through the hull there. Or maybe it just went through the hole. And then 2 more shells just bouncing uselessly off. And here goes another one. You guys can't tell, that stuff bugs me. Because it's such an easy fix. It's literally like 3 or 4 clicks. I mean, gotta say one thing about the Tomoyo, even with it being, hollowed out like this, she is not even close to sinking. Thanks to all the buoyant blocks and whatnot, the reinforced wood down here, that this deck that is normally above the water is made out of wood, but the ship has sunk a little bit, so now the wood is touching the water, and that's helping. Oh, the superstructure just crumbled from that hit. There was barely anything holding it on in the first place, but... collapsed. Oh, come on, Project. Your opponent has 0.38% HP left. Finish him! Oh, are those shells gonna do it? Yep, that'll do it. That is a 2 damage Tomoyo. And yeah, that thing is pretty beat up. And there we are. This round is over. The project gets 91.9, right? Yes. And we will move on to round 2. Hard to see because it's all dark, but there we go. Round 2 underway. Project firing some early shells before it can really come up out of the water. But will they land anyway? Oh, well, a couple of them did. Tomoyo's stern and superstructure looked like it took a hit there. And shells bouncing off. Spent a lot of time looking at the Tomoyo last round. Oh, looks like the project lost one of its secondary guns. Yep, right here, that one got popped off. Oh, and this one's been disabled. How is that one disabled? There must be some internal damage that we can't see, because there were some blocks that just got repaired, like right here. So it must have patched the hole that the disabling shells went through already. And another turret fell off. Looks like another secondary gun, yep. I mean, honestly, those high explosive secondaries aren't doing a whole lot. They just kind of bounce off most of the time. All 3 of those. Just bounce off, fall into the water. Oh, geez, what happened? Oh! Oh! Well, those 3 shells might not have done much, but other shells did quite a lot and have broken the bow off of the Tomoyo. How is that gun still, like... Okay, there it goes. Oh, and... yeah, the Tomoyo was basically broken in half. It is now 2 damaged. And there we go. That is it. 97.3 for round 2. Which, it's going to have a hard time beating that. I mean, it just broke its opponent in half. Just oof. That's what you call a critical hit. I don't know if it hit something explosive and the secondary explosions helped break it in half, or what. I was looking at those 3 shells bouncing off, and suddenly the Tomoyo, it was like right in here. There's nothing here to explode, so it just got hit just right. In a weak point. All those shells from the Tomoyo going well over the project. So far, it doesn't look like the project is managed. Oh, there's a couple of hits. Tomoyo losing some HP. Oh, the funnel of the project getting blown open there. Oh, this rear turret got taken down. It is disabled. That is a pretty painful blow for the project. Because I believe it was the main guns that broke the Tomoyo in half in the previous round. Certainly wasn't the secondaries. You can see shells bouncing off and failing to detonate from here. Looks like at least one actually did something, though. Yeah, this is right in the area where the ship was broken before. Now there's nothing here, it's just a big open space. The explosions just did their thing. Most of those missed, and the ones that did hit bounced off. Uh-oh, Tomoyo's guns are not aiming. All of its guns should be able to aim right now, and none of them are. Its AI must have taken damage. Now, only one shell bounced off that time. It's like once the main guns open up the armor and those secondary shells can actually get inside, then they can actually do something. So then, like, even if they deflect off on the inside, chances are they're just going to hit something else and explode anyway. Oh, and the Tomoyo is AI dead. And that is that. This round is over. The project gets the 95.9, which is not as good as it did in the previous round, so yeah, it'll be scoring off of that. It'll be 197.3, well, to 0, because the Tomoyo is disqualified. So yeah, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.